Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another video. My name is Tawanda and this is Tawanda's Blessed Life. And on my channel, I do decorating on a budget, DIYs, and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. I also do sister lock updates and lifestyle updates. So if that is something that you are interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to join my YouTube family. I would greatly appreciate it. And so for today's video, I will be creating two wreaths and a sign to put outside of my home for Easter and for spring. And we're going to go ahead and jump into today's video. For this wreath, I have a grapevine wreath, and then I also have this ribbon from Dollar Tree that I've had for a long time, and then the yellow ribbon was given to me from a friend, and then I have that pack of ribbon that I purchased at the thrift store. And so what I'm going to do is just cut some small pieces of that ribbon, the yellow, blue, and purple, and I'm just going to make a little messy bow with it, and then I am going to attach it to the corner of my grapevine wreath. So I love using grapevine wreaths. I have probably somewhere between 5 and 8 of them in my shed. And sometimes I don't put anything on them. I just like the way that they look on a door. But I decided that when I was looking through my grapevine wreaths, that this one looked like an egg. So I decided I was just going to just go off of that and create like an egg looking wreath, because to me it looked like an egg. So it'll be more abstract than anything, I guess. So I took that yellow ribbon that my sweet friend gave to me. I'm just going to attach the messy bow using that ribbon, because I didn't want to really glue anything to this grapevine wreath. I did have one that I did had glued some stuff onto it, but it didn't give me the same shape, so I decided not to use that one. And then I'm going to take that ribbon from Dollar Tree and I'm going to place that on top of my messy bow. And then once that's complete, I have some berry garland. I believe this came from Hobby Lobby. I've had it for many years. So I went ahead and pulled that out and then wrapped it around my wreath. And that is going to be it for this DIY. Really easy and simple, and it's really cute. I love the way that this looks. And I actually have this outside when you first walk in front of my house on one of my little easels. So yeah, you have to let me know what you think about this DIY. I also have a video coming up of me decorating with all of my DIYs outside of my home. So that will be coming out shortly, and you will be able to see how I decorated my home using mostly all of my DIYs that I created for outside of my home. For this DIY, I have another one of my grapevine wreaths, and then I will be using some wood glue, the Dollar Tree tacky glue, and I have the yellow paint, the white chalk paint, and the Waverly Antique Wax. And so I have this little baby chick that I went ahead and drew out, and I cut it out in some cardboard, and then I went ahead and used some of the like the paper that comes when you order something, the shipping paper, excuse me. And I went ahead and just cut out the little feet for my baby chick. And then I also went ahead and just cut out the hair, because originally I didn't have the hair on top, but then I went ahead and just cut some of it out with the cardboard, and I went ahead and glued it to the top of my baby chick. And so now what I'm doing is I am adding some of the tacky glue to try and crackle. The first thing I did was I painted it with the Waverly white chalk paint, and now I'm adding the tacky glue to try and get it to crackle, which it did not work for me this time. So it's like a hit or miss. But so I will go ahead and put on the screen my inspiration for my baby chick, and also I'll put on the screen the different color yellows that I use, because I can't remember which ones I used, but I believe I used 3 different ones. So after I put the tacky glue on my baby chick, I'm going to go ahead and start to give it a coat of the yellow paint. And then I'm going to use my blow dryer to dry it. And you'll see that my crackle did not crackle like I wanted it to. So I'm kind of convinced that for me, that the only way that I'm going to be able to get something to crackle is if I just use chalk paint instead of using acrylic paints, because I'm having the hardest time getting anything to crackle when I use acrylic paint. So If you have any suggestions, please put it in the comments. So here I am just using my hair dryer to dry my baby chick, and as you can see, I didn't really get as much crackle as I thought I was going to get, which is fine. But then I thought it was a little bit too bright for what I wanted, so then I decided I was going to go over it with the with some more of a different color yellow paint, a lighter color. And then I took some of the Waverly white chalk paint, and then I went over it to lighten it up some more. And then once I had that complete, I went ahead and started to use some Mod Podge to attach my little feet. And then when I had my feet attached, I took some of the twine that I have and I wrapped it around the whole baby chick, just to cover up the areas of the cardboard so you wouldn't be able to see it, and just to give it a cleaner look. And so after I did that, I decided the next day that it was missing something. So originally I wasn't going to give it a face. I was just going to leave it like as is. But when I woke up the next morning, I just kept looking at it and thought it just needs something else. So I ended up taking 2 buttons to create some eyes. And then I took some of that Dollar Tree faux leather, the brown, and I made its little beak. And then I went ahead and just hot glued the buttons on and the beak on. And then once I had that complete, I also took the same twine and I hot glued it to the back of my baby chick so that I would be able to tie it on to my wreath, because I did not want to hot glue it to the wreath. So I went ahead and tied it around, and then I ended up deciding that I wanted to add some lights. So I ended up adding some lights to my wreath, and that is it for this DIY. I love the way that it turned out. I have this on my front door, and I just love the way that I have the whole setup of my front door with this wreath. So you'll have to let me know what you think. I think it is adorable and extremely budget friendly, because it cost me nothing to make the baby chick, and the wreath I already had because I have a lot of them, and the fairy lights, I have tons of fairy lights. So I basically didn't pay anything to create this DIY. So yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think. And I also added a black and white gingham bow to the top of her hair, and I just think that she is adorable. And I would also just like to say, if you are new to my channel, welcome and thank you for stopping by. And if you're already subscribed, thank you for continuing to support my channel. I really do appreciate it. And I just hope that I am giving you all some inspiration to create some spring and Easter decor for your home. And I hope you all enjoyed today's video. And I do really appreciate you all spending part of your day with me. Okay, so we're moving right along to our last and final DIY for today. So I have this bunny cheer cover from Dollar Tree. And then I have some twine, some craft sticks, some burlap ribbon. I'm going to use some distress oxide. I have that carrot that I DIY'd some videos back earlier this month. And then I have this wooden board, or I'm going to use it as a picture frame. I get that from the Repurpose project a couple of years ago. I was going to use it to create something else, but I just decided I was going to use it for this DIY. So I'm going to start off by adding some of my distress oxide all over my bunny, because I thought it was a little bit too white and I wanted to make it look a little bit more rustic for my decor for outside of my home. And I'm going to take that twine and I am going to wrap it around the paws of my rabbit, and I'm going to do both of them. And then once I have that done, I am going to go and add the same twine to my bunny ears. And also I'm going to add some of the burlap ribbon to my bunny ears where the pink areas are on my bunny ears. And then once that is complete, I will, I'm going to take that flower off of my bunny's head there in the corner of her ear. And I'm going to create my own flower using some ribbon. So here I'm just adding the burlap to the ears just to give it a little, make it a little bit more rustic. So after I place my burlap, I'm going to go ahead and start to add my twine around the burlap to give it a little bit more definition. I'm going to go ahead and start to assemble my flower using some ribbon. So I took 2 pieces of the ribbon with the flowers on it and I cut them into the side to the shape of flower petals. And I'm going to hot glue those 2 together. And then I took another piece of fabric and I just made a little circle to put in the middle of my flower. And then I copied the leaves from the petal and I just cut those with some burlap and I hot glued everything together. And I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue that to the corner of my bunny's ear. I'm also going to take the craft sticks and hot glue them to the back of my bunny ears so that my bunny ears will stand up straight and not flap. Because I have this outside of my home and it's on my larger easel. So I have an easel outside of my home that I like to put pictures on. So this is where this is going to go. And now I'm going to go back and start to attach those craft sticks just so that I can make sure that my bunny ears will stand up straight. Once I did that, I then go back and add some more of the distress oxide. I decided I was going to put it all over my bunny's face instead of just on my paws, just so that I could give it the real rustic look that I was looking for. Once that was complete, I took some of the tacky glue and some hot glue and glued my bunny onto my wooden frame, is what I'm going to call it. And then I took some of the tacky glue and the hot glue and glued my carrot to the side. And that is it. This is so stinking cute. I absolutely love the way that this turned out. So you'll have to let me know what you think about this DIY. And that is going to be it for today's video. If you like what I am doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it. And I will see you on Sunday. Goodbye.